You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hellgate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Wednesday, the 12th of March, 2025. It is 81 days after the winter solstice. It is 8 days before the spring equinox. By the Aztec or Mexica calendar, the new year arrives today at dawn. By the French Republican calendar, it is the 22nd day of Ventose, the day of the persil, of parsley. The sun rises today at 7:12 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 1:05 p.m. The sun sets today at 7 p.m. Civil twilight ends at 7:27 p.m. and nautical twilight ends at 7:59 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes, 42 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing gibbous phase and is 98% full at midday. The full moon will arrive on Friday, the 14th of March. These are the predicted tides today for Horns Hook. In the very early morning, low tide, 4:43 a.m., 9 centimeters. In the late morning, high tide, 10:59 a.m., 1 meter 40. In the afternoon, low tide, 4:50 p.m., 3 centimeters. At night, high tide, 11:19 p.m., 1 meter 40. In our shared realm of plants and animals, in Socrates Sculpture Park, the Callery pear trees are just stirring. Their buds, slightly furry to the touch, have begun to push out from within, a process the U.S. Park Service charmingly refers to as peduncle elongation. Commemorations. On this day in 1930, Mahatma Gandhi set out on his protest, the Salt March. In protest against the British monopoly on salt in India, he walked more than 200 miles to the sea, where he illegally collected salt. His action laid bare one example of the injustice of colonial rule under the Raj. On this day in 1933, President Franklin D. Roosevelt gave the first of his fireside chats to the American people. Broadcast over the radio, it reached 60 million listeners just 8 days after his inauguration. A somber anniversary. On this day in 1938, the Anschluss took place. German troops crossed the Austrian border and annexed the country to Nazi Germany. 5 years ago to this day, the United States suspended travel from Europe in response to the rapidly spreading COVID pandemic. We all remember how, step by step, our worlds shut down. On this day in 1922, Jack Kerouac was born. With friends such as Allen Ginsberg and William S. Burroughs, he was a leading light of the Beat generation. He understood the term beat to mean both beaten down or worn out, and beatific, freed from conformity, blessed. In his book, On the Road, he wrote, "I was surprised, as always, by how easy the act of leaving was, and how good it felt. The world was suddenly rich with possibility." In his book, Dharma Bums, he wrote, "It all ends in tears anyway." A complicated man, he died at the age of 47, his body wasted by chronic alcoholism. And today we send happy birthday greetings to Liza Minnelli, the great actress, singer, and dancer, born this day in 1946. And also to Darryl Strawberry, the right fielder who we will always remember as a New York Met. He was born this day in 1962. Happy birthday, Liza Minnelli and Darryl Strawberry. Feliz Año Nuevo Azteca a todos. And that is the Observatory, Wednesday, the 12th of March, 2025.